Hello everyone, my name is Khalior. I bring you the latest news related to Bloodhunt and everything around it, and I help explain the news in a way to better understand what is going on. Given that most of the news about Bloodhunt these days are driven by community events, I now only make news recaps whenever I think it's worth doing one. Right now it's been over a month. I mean, exactly a month later. So I think it's time to do a little recap, let you people know exactly what's going on. Also, we've got a few things.
You have balls. I like.
We got a few things happening right now. And yeah, some things are starting to cook up inside the Bloodhunt community, so I think it's time to do a little news recap. So for posterity, archival, and recording purposes, currently it is Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, and it is 11:58 a.m. Eastern Time. It has been 830 days since the official release of Bloodhunt. Currently activated in-game is still the free Primus Pass, and the current patch is the community update, as always. We are recording this live on Twitch if you're watching this on YouTube, so please give me a follow to stay updated on Bloodhunt. We also have on my channel right now a community Techno Demon challenge going on that involves giving away some channel points, and then at some point when we reach that goal, I'm gonna unlock a giveaway for 2 Techno Demon mask codes to give away. So don't be shy, watch my streams even if they're not related to Bloodhunt. If you're live, feel free to ask me questions in the chat whenever there's something that's relevant about Bloodhunt that I'm talking about. If you got like some extra questions, wait until I'm done with the news to ask me those. Like, keep those questions on the side. And as a reminder and a disclosure, I'm not a game dev. I'm not bound by an NDA related to Bloodhunt, but I will do the best to explain the news with some reasonable assumptions, and I do not work for Shark Mob. Yeah, still have to say it. So, this is going to be a recap of the last few weeks, some interesting info to share with you, including event updates from the community, a couple of things to look forward to in the future, and a couple of articles relating to the health of Bloodhunt and possibly, maybe, a solution to keep the game alive for several years in the future, and possibly, maybe even be able to mod the game? You're gonna know what I'm talking about. But first we're gonna do, as we usually do, we're gonna be looking at Twitch drops. Just do a little bit of, you know, let's get through the usual stuff, you know, let's get caught up. Like, it's been a month, so there's a lot. Okay, so Twitch drops. Let's first start with Twitch drops. The current Twitch drops that we have these ones. It is the Lurker outfit for male Nosferatu, the Shoot Brains Out emote, the Angsty Mask, and the Vengeful Dawn eyewear. Now, if you people don't necessarily know, the Vengeful Dawn eyewear are super awesome, fantastic, because they're, you know, I don't know how you call them, but it's a gradual tint, like from black, from dark red to a little bit more clear red, and the frames are gold barbed wire. They're absolutely awesome to have on your characters. On top of that, there is also the Swift Vision eyewear and the Milk outfit, which are, I guess, like for the rest of eternity, or until we get told otherwise. They're also lumped in this, so you probably already have them if you've collected Twitch drops since February, I think. No, something a little bit. I'm just exaggerating. They've been there for months and months and months. But yeah, so these are the drops that you have. You can claim them up until the morning of August 23rd. And yeah, all you need to do is to watch 4 hours of Bloodhunt content from anyone who's streaming inside the category of Bloodhunt and has drops activated on Twitch. I would suggest that you hold on, Tobias. For the yeah, so when it comes to watching Twitch streams, you need to watch 4 hours of content. I would highly recommend that you watch a streamer who is actively streaming and actively participating with the community. So don't go to these people who say they have 24/7 drops all the time, come farm your drops and all of that, because they are all on a certain amount of looping a video for days and days and days and days and days. No chat interaction unless it's automated and all of that. They're making the category look bad. We don't like them. You might even want to report them to Twitch, although it's looking like Twitch doesn't really seem to enforce its own rules, or there might be some loophole inside the rules that we're not necessarily understanding, because a bunch of us inside the community are sending reports to say, like, by your own rules, farming drops is not allowed, and they're doing 24/7 farming drops, and they seem to be, like, for the people who are inside the community that seem to be getting some answers from someone at Twitch, apparently they're saying they are not breaking the terms of service of Twitch. So we're confused exactly about why that's happening. But you know what? We're still sending out reports, and sometimes some of them, like, actually drop the category. They go into, a lot of them drop the category and go to another category where they are kind of guaranteed to get much more views than they're having with the Bloodhunt category. I've noticed, because I've been tracking a lot of them. And it seems that other people in other categories that see this thing happen when they have drops on their category seem to be dealing with the same issues, seem to be coming with the same conclusions that we are over here. So I don't know exactly what to tell you for the people that I know are complaining about this, because they're right now, since the campaign is open to everyone, there is no way for anyone at Sharkmob to change anything in their campaign, because the campaign is open to everyone. When it's restricted to a list, they can actually remove people from the list to not be able to obtain the drops. They can, like, hot swap people inside of their campaign. That's okay. But when it's open to everyone, that's out of their hands, and that's now in the hands of Twitch. And Twitch should be enforcing their own rules, but I don't know what we got. So this is up until August 23rd. After that, after August 23rd, for 1 week, and 1 week only, we will be getting these two outfits here. Just for a single week, it's going to be these two cosmetics. This is a mock-up, by the way. This is me I put together. It's not like the official one from the Bloodhunt account. And after that, we will be, I've already announced this before, we will be reverting to a top 100 list for the people who want to have drops on their channel. So the people who are doing AFK farming of Twitch drops inside the category will be out of there. Which means, by Tobias posts is here, he will make the list on August 29th. Which means he will be looking at the SILENTSTRYKER website, going through on that day, the last 30 days, he'll be taking the list of all the people there and be looking at who has been streaming Bloodhunt the most. So if you haven't streamed Bloodhunt for quite a while and you want to get drops back in for the next series of drops that are restricted for the month of September, you might want to continue, you might want to start up again streaming Bloodhunt during the month of August, because you're going to be counting in there. So how do you do this? Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. If you don't know how to do this, there is the link right here. I'm going to show that to you in a second. Just going to need to close these. So this is the website. All you need to do, it's already set to 30 days in Bloodhunt, the last 30 days. All you need to do is here, you see the second column that says stream time hours. You need to click the arrow that goes down, so it's ordered by the person that's been streaming the most time. And then you can see everyone ordered in hours of stream time, how many hours they put in there. And then the list continues, it's 50 per list. and then you can go, you can see like the minimum. Right now, the minimum of hours to be in the top 100 would be 12. But now that the word is going to be spreading, that the drops are going to be limited, maybe we're going to see more people come back in. Before the summer, the limit was around 15 hours. So I would say probably look towards 105 here. Rank 105 because there are some people who are naughty people inside the category. The AFK streamers, some people that have been streaming Bloodhunt and they are not, you know, they're not in good standing with Shark Mob. So these people will be removed by Tobias, and then we'll have the list. So, little word of warning. And now, what are the drops for September? Tobias just posted them inside the chat. Thank you, Tobias. I will take a screenshot of this. So what we're seeing here: Pineapple Power outfit, birthday mask, Cartel King outfit, Rose Tears tattoo, and also Got Milk and Swift Vision. Okay, we've got some fan favorites in there. Pineapple Power, some people have been asking for this. The Cartel King outfit, there was someone on Instagram that was asking about it this week. I know that people want it back a lot. Okay, well, I'll be updating my list soon in that case. Well, thank you, Tobias. I know that I'm definitely sure some people will be very happy about that. Don't forget to put it on the Discord. Well, there you go. So if you want to have those drops, have those drops on your channel, if you're a streamer, you know what to do. I just told you. All right. Moving on. We've got a lot of community votes, like for the results of like a whole month. So we're gonna speed through them as quickly as possible. And I'm gonna put all the links in chat. So it's just a recap, just to make it official, just so we have a video archive of seeing all of this, like all the results for all the results and all the vote choices, because some people forget. I take my own screenshots, but also it's good to have them on a video. If people, like, I don't know, something happens to my files or whatever, it's all posted there. So for July 7th, for the results for TDM maps, we had a railway station, red light, and burning church at 38% of the votes, so people were pretty divided. For legendary weapons, at 47% of the votes, we had hunting rifle, burst rifle, dual pistols, 9-barrel. And for artifacts, also at 47%, we had Noddist volume and Expeditus boots. For the vote choices for that week, we had for artifacts the choices of Noddist Volume, Expeditus Boots, Hand of Glory, and Crowfamulus, Rourke's Ram, and Eye of Thorns. For TDM maps, we had the choice of Red Light District, Harbor, Slaughterhouse, Abandoned Mall, Old Town Square, and Skybar, a railway station, Graveyard, and Memorial Park. And for legendary weapons, we had the choice of Crossbow, Flare Gun, Tommy Gun, Double Barrel, Assault Rifle, Marksman Rifle, Silenced SMG, and Burst Rifle. Option 3, Dual Crossbows, Double Tap, Dual Pistols, and Hunting Rifle. What did we choose as a community? Well, the good thing about that week was that we had no hand. First week of July, we had no hand inside the game. But after that, it's been going downhill. So the results that we got were Red Light District, Harbor, Slaughterhouse at 59% of the votes. For legendary weapons, we had Assault Rifle, Marksman, Silenced SMG, and Burst Rifle at 66% of the vote. That was crazy. That was almost 70%. We're getting close to 70%. That's been a while since we had the community deciding so much on something. And for artifacts, like I said, at 42% of the votes, we had Hand of Glory and Crowfamulus. The vote was probably very, very, very close. The options that we had that week... Boop. the options that we had to vote for that week on artifacts, we had Hand of Glory and Nodus Volume, Rourke's Ram and Crowfamulus, Eye of Thorns and Expeditus Boots. For TDM maps, we had the choice of Skybar, Divine Disco, and Slaughterhouse, the OGs, Memorial Park, Railway Station, and Rooftop Restaurant, then Red Light District, Library, and Abandoned Mall. For legendary weapons, we had the choice of Hunting Rifle, Dual Pistols, Pistol, Burst Rifle, Dual SMGs, Tommy Gun, Toggler, Revolver, and option 3, Auto Shotgun, Double Tap, LMG, and Flare Gun. Anybody remember what we chose? Well, the hand was there, that's for sure. Results at 45% of the votes for TDM maps. We got the OGs, Skybar, Divine Disco, Slaughterhouse. For legendary weapons at 44%, Dual SMGs, Tommy Gun, Toggler, and Revolver. That week was crazy. And for artifacts, we had Hand of Glory and Nodus Volume at 50% of the votes. Not so divided inside the community. But I gotta say, like, some people sometimes confess to me, I completely forgot to vote this week. So what I'm telling people, like, hey, remember to go vote, actually do it. So, the voting choices that we had for that we had for this week were Eye of Thorns and Rourke's Ram, Nodus Volume and Crowfamulus, Expeditus Boots, and Hand of Glory. For TDMS, we had Rodolphinum, Divine Disco, Library, Harbor, Graveyard, and Skybar, Memorial Park, Slaughterhouse, and Red Light District. For legendary weapons, we had the choice of Toggler, LMG, Silence SMG, and Dual Pistols, the option of Pistol, Double Tap, Dual Crossbows, and Sniper Rifle, and option 3 of Dual SMGs, Auto Shotgun, Assault Rifle, and 9 Barrel. So there's a lot of spam link posting there. By the way, if you're on YouTube, everything that I have a link to is all posted in the description of the channel. So that's how you can find everything that I'm posting there. So the results that we had for this week that are actually right now as I'm recording this, we are like, these are the things that are live inside the game. At 43%, you voted the community for Rodolphinum, Divine Disco, Library. For legendary weapons, we have the Toggler, SMG, Silence SMG, and Dual Pistols. And for artifacts, we got the Boots and the Hand of Glory at 56% of the votes, as pretty much everyone expected. Some people want to have the boots no matter if we have the hand in there. Some people don't want the boots because hand is there, and some people don't want the hand. But at 56% of the vote, we love democracy. The vote options that we have this week, now pay attention to this, because what we're voting on this week, so right now it's Saturday, so Sunday evening is going to be the cutoff date. If you're watching right now and you haven't voted, turn on your Bloodhunt and make sure you got voted, because keep in mind the vote choices that we have here for artifacts and legendary weapons, they're all gonna count next Saturday when we're gonna have the solo FUNament. So be mindful of that when you're gonna pick. So options for artifacts, we got Boots and Book. Wow, these are really good options, I think. That's a really good pairing. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, pick this. Option 2, we've got Hand of Glory and Rourke's Ram. Option 3, Eye of Thorns and Crowfamulus. For TDM maps, which are not going to affect the solo FUNament, because this is TDM. So we've got the combinations of Graveyard, Library, Skybar, Rodolphinum, Abandoned Mall, Burning Church. Option 3 of Divine Disco, Memorial Park, and Harbor. Now the real one that some people are looking forward to, legendary weapons. We got the options of dual SMGs, LMG, dual crossbows, dual pistols. Option 2, burst rifle, double barrel, crossbow, and hunting rifle. Option 3, marksman, sniper, toggler, and assault rifle. Now, there is a choice to be made here. It's not going to be an easy choice, I think. I would be surprised if we got a vote over 40%, because I think that there are good arguments to be made for all these three options. Some people will say like, well, you've got the assault rifle, automatically it's that. Depends how you feel about it. Some people might want to prefer the gold hunting rifle. Some people might prefer the gold crossbow just for zoning out enemies. Some people really love the double barrel action on when it's in legendary. It's got some special things. It's got that one shot. The dual pistols and the dual SMGs in gold version, they're crazy. If you know how to play them, they go crazy. Option 3, I mean, you know, I know some people have really not been liking the toggler recently. There's been a lot of buzz about not liking the toggler. I personally like it. Some people don't necessarily like the sniper rifle with the one shot in the barrel at all times. You gotta reload, but it does more, like it does extra damage. So I don't know. It's a tough choice. You might want to rekindle your love for the burst rifle. Also, remember, you can toggle the fire rate with the burst rifle. Just letting you know. So those two choices, these choices, especially for the legendary weapons and the artifacts, are going to affect, like I said, the FUNament that is happening next Saturday, which means it's a good time to transition to. Oops, I'm clicking in a random space. To community events. And yes, right now we have, as I'm clearing this out because this is annoying me. There we go. Right. Okay, yes. So it's been announced. FUNament number 12, solo event, August 10th. So next Saturday, at the usual time that we host FUNament, so 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 8 p.m. CEST. As usual, we got the same thing, we got the same deal, you know how it goes. We got kill race for the people who want to be the best of the best. We got closest to average for everyone else who plays the game at the time that we're doing it. We've got a random winner that's picked randomly from all the people. After all these people have been selected, all these 8 winners, or maybe sometimes more, then we got a random winner that's just picked out of the hat. Everyone that joins in, whether you win something or not, you all are getting the participation reward that is only available through the FUNament, an icon and banner that goes along with it. And if you're not able to participate, if you don't want to participate, you just want to watch, well, this is going to be streamed on the Bloodhunt game Twitch channel, hosted by me. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be going through everyone's streams, trying to feature everyone, trying to see if there's anything exciting that we can see. And if you're gonna be there in the channel watching with us and not participating, there's gonna be some viewer giveaways. So it's gonna be like people at random inside of the chat. Some people are gonna be picked at random. You're gonna have a choice to make of which cosmetic you'd like to choose. You'd like to get from the choice that we're gonna give you. So yes, there is the link here. Just gonna copy it and post it in chat, even though right now it's already posted by Stream Elements. The form is there, so make sure that if you are a streamer, you want to stream your experience and you want to be featured on the main Bloodhunt channel, make sure you sign up in advance. If you want to sign up at the last second, if you want to sign up after we're done with the event, then there's a 30-minute period where you can submit the scores, and you go like, okay, I want to submit my scores, you can do that, that's fine. But if you are a streamer, please sign up in advance, because we need to prepare some things in the background, Far and myself, so we get to also kind of know like how many people are going to participate. Is Far going to need some extra help to parse through the results, you know, then makes that the wait time longer once we're done with the event and we're just waiting for the scores. So yeah, anyone sign up in advance. There's some inside this is the form. So inside the form, there's a little bit more detail about all the thing. If you want to know in your own time zone when it's going to be, you're not too sure, it's written here. It's also posted on the Bloodhunt Discord in the community events channel. We post a link there. It will display in your time zone as well, like when it's going to be happening. Remember, this is a solo FUNament. If you don't know how to fill out the form, if you don't know how all of this works, you got the full details here. You need to some help signing up. There's a nice little link here with a tutorial that Far made. You need to figure out how to work with tracker.gg. There is a tutorial here. It's another little video here. So basically how this goes, if you don't know, is we play Bloodhunt during those 2 hours. I'm going to be there on stream, and I'm just going to be saying, go, it's time to queue. Everyone's going to queue into solo mode, and for 2 hours, you just, like, play matches. You don't wait. You just continue to play matches over and over again. At the end of those 2 hours, you submit, you fill out this form, you submit your 3 best matches. And then, hopefully, you win. There's a bunch of rules. There's a bunch of point calculations for people who are in servers that are not super populated. There's a few extra points there to balance out the equations. And right, the concept of closest to average, if you don't know exactly how it is. Like Kill Race, it's easy. It's just going to be the people that kill the most, get the most assists and placement points. They're going to be at the top of the top of the scorecard. So it's going to be the 3 people that get there, that get at the top. They have their own prizes. But for the rest of us, closest to average means that once we got all the points of everyone on the scorecard, Far is going to add everyone's points together and divide by the number of participants. That's going to give us an average score of how everyone's performed. There's going to be an average score. And when we go through the scorecard, she's going to go which is closest to the average there. And from that point in, we're going to select 5 people that are inside of wherever the average is going to be on the scorecard. It's pretty random. We don't know how people are going to perform, so it's pretty, like, no one can predict how it's going to go. And those 5 people that are going to be inside that bracket, they're going to win some prizes here. Now, it happens once in a while that we have multiple people that have the same score, the same point value. In that case, we just expand the category. I think that there was one time where we had to expand so much that instead of 5 winners for closest to average, we actually had 10 winners, which is insane. So, yeah, I want to point out, this is the most important thing of all of this. Join in the event. You just play Bloodhunt. For 2 hours, you just play Bloodhunt. That's it. You actually have to perform if you want to be the people that are going to be a part of the kill race. You want to be at the top. You want to show everybody, like, I'm at the top for this event. But if you're not, if you're just like, you want to play Bloodhunt, there you go. You got some prizes here. So what kind of prizes do we have? Well, you've got some tokens. So that's some in-game tokens, so you can buy some things inside the in-game store. You've got your choice of cosmetic, depending of where you are. The kill race people get a little extra incentive. That's a competitive prize that we've got here, especially for them. That's usually reserved for competitive events, but Sharkmob decided to let us have those for the kill race. And yeah, choice of cosmetic, even the random participant gets a choice of cosmetic, but you get a certain amount of tokens. Everyone that participates get the participation pride of the Dark Angel Ironwind icon and banner. Let me show them to you if you don't know exactly what they are. So that's the icon and banner for the kill race. This is what we got. It's the bronze versions. For when we say choice of cosmetic, here's what you have to choose from. The bubblegum hair color, the spectral wing tattoo, the flamingo hair color, and there's the love letter and I forget this icon and tattoo. Wait, no, I have them. Love letter and slumber maker icon and banner. You get to choose there. So whenever it says cosmetic, it's your choice of one of those 4 cosmetics that are there. And the participation prize for everyone is this icon and banner here. It is the only way that you can get those is by participating in the FUNament. So really, just play some matches, fill out the form, however you perform, and you have a chance. You're gonna get the participation prize, and also you have a chance of winning more. So why not try it? Why not try it? So there you go. If you need any help with filling out the form, you can contact Fard, you can contact myself, and you can also write inside of the Bloodhunt Discord. We're there to help, both Far and myself. This is a really fun event. This is all organized by Far, and I'm just gonna be the host. So if ever you got any questions about any of the results or stuff like that, it's Far that's going to be taking care of that. So yeah, big event. I appreciate if you're not going to participate, I understand, but at least come inside the stream so we have some viewers. We got some buzz happening. Maybe you can get a viewer reward. You never know. Do we know the winners of the last community event with the Muse Siren? I'm going to be talking about that in just a second. So first, actually, I'm going to talk about it now. As I'm looking through my list, I'm talking about it right now. So the Seductive Solstice Slaughter is a thing that I've organized, I've started. It's a part of the what I call the summer clan craze. Hold on, just a question here. Hi, just start play today and the game is a banger, but the dev really closed the server of the game or not? No, the servers are still alive. You can still play the game. There's absolutely no sign of servers closing. They've just stopped developing the game. There's not going to be any more updates to the game. The game as it is what we got. But the server, they said as long as there's a community that plays and supports the game, they're not closing the servers. So they're still up. I don't see any sign of the servers closing anytime soon right now with the amount of people that are playing. So Karaz, come in, join in, and that's also for everyone that may be watching this. Bloodhunt is a free-to-play game that you can download for free on Steam or PlayStation 5. It is quite honestly, it is one of the best. It is the best battle royale game that is out there. Also, it's a vampire battle royale game, so it's extra awesome. The thing that can come closest to this game that's out there is no build Fortnite. And that's not saying much. It is a very unique game. But getting back to what I was talking about. So, it's something I started I'm calling it the Summer Clan Craze 2024. It's just a little activity for the summer. So this one we've been focusing on Toreador. It's been closed last Sunday. And what we were asking of you for this is just to play 30 matches of Bloodhunt, whatever the game modes, and enter the giveaway. And it had to be inside that 2-week time frame. And then you can choose the prize that you want. Now, to answer your question, Terror with Trisha, I do have the winners. I managed to contact one of the winners this morning. The other winner, I'm waiting for them to reply to me before I can say okay, we got both of them. I can announce here are the winners and all that, because I need to make sure that everything's okay, and especially I want to make sure that I got their names right, because there's the Discord name, there's the in-game name. Which one do you want me to announce? Sometimes it's different, sometimes it's the same. When it's the same, it's not a problem, but when it's different, it's just tell me which one. Because sometimes some people have some names that are just like, people will not know with this like very cringy name I've got for myself on Bloodhunt. Or just like people know me for that cringy name on Bloodhunt. That case is just like, okay, I will call you like that. Panty Sniffer 2016. I don't know. You know, it's whatever, people. Anyways. So I'm just waiting for them to reply. Although I can tell you some stats already. For this one, we had 29 submissions. So 29 people like submitted like the full entry. Only 20 of them qualified. And yeah, the 2 winners were picked completely at random. But I wanna shout out two people. I want to shout out SILENTSTRYKER. He is the person that inside of this 2-week period had the most biggest amount of matches that qualified in there, which was 129 games played as a Toreador character, so Muse or Siren. And also I want to shout out TankGirl, which people know as CrystalShip. She had 105 matches that qualified, but they were all trios only, and she's the only person that entered that had that. Trios only. So I thought that was impressive. I thought that was worth worth mentioning. So yeah, I'll let you know. It's gonna be posted on side of the community events channel and also on my Twitter when I got the winners confirmed. Now this event is over. Now we got a new one that has been running since Monday, I believe. This one is called the Striking Summer Slams. Just mentioned there is a space here. It's Summer Slams. This one is still running until next Sunday. So this one is practically exactly the same thing. You need to play 30 matches of Bloodhunt, whatever the game modes you want to enter the giveaway, and it's just like you link me your profile and then I'll be able to determine if you are in or not. Now I want to why I said that, like there's a space between summer and slams, is to be sure that you don't confuse it with the WWE event that is happening right today. It's called SummerSlam. Okay, it is not the same thing. Okay, it's happening today though. So I don't know whoever thought of that. Whoever, like, there's no relation. I don't know, like, it's a weird coincidence. Probably the person that organized this is a wrestling fan and thought it would be cool to have the two things at the same time. I don't know. Who knows? We'll never know, I guess. So yeah, so if we go inside the form, I want to reiterate a few things that are in there, because there's some people that I said they didn't qualify. Maybe they didn't understand what the rules were. So it's during those 2 weeks you have to play 30 matches of Bloodhunt as Brujah or Vandal. Can be played in every mode in Bloodhunt. We've got 4 game modes. It can be any of them. However, to make sure that you're actually participating, you're putting some effort in it, you're not just joining in the match, dancing around a little bit and then throwing yourself to the shark or just leaving the match, I want to make sure you get a minimum placement. So you need your matches to be at least 10th place in solos, 10th in duos, 5th in trios, and 1st in TDM. That's it. Basically for TDM, it's just like you need to win the match. There you go. So the games do not have to be done in a row. It can be any match, just as long as it's during those 2 dates of July 29th up to August 11. There you go. So if you complete these objectives, then and you fill in the form at the bottom, then you get one entry in the giveaway, and then I choose 2 people randomly from all the people who qualify, and they get to pick one code out of the following. So if we scroll down, So see, you only need like your email address to be logged in. I need your in-game name, so your Shockmob ID. That's what you put in here. You need your Discord name because I'm going to contact you by Discord DM. Okay, if you tell me you don't have Discord, I'm sorry. That's the way I contact people. And also your link of your profile on tracker.gg/bloodhunt. There's the link here. You can go in here and you go type your name. So there you go. There's Khalior that's there. And you go like, okay, so hold on. This problem be like, this is the link. This is what you put in here. The link of that page of your profile. Some people were just typing in their name. I'm just like, okay, but it's the link of that. And here's the prize choice. If you want to see it, you can already select which one you'd like to have if ever you get picked. So Slumbermaker icon, love letter banner, spectral wing tattoo, bubblegum hair color, flamingo hair color, bend the knee emote, fiercely loyal outfit, Lupin outfit, or fluorophore tattoo. You get to choose one. And also there's some people that just want to participate, already got all the prizes. There you go, you get to choose. Hello hooligan. And yeah, feedback if it's required. So this is all you gotta do. You still have like 1 week up until August 11th to play those 30 matches as Bruja or Vandal. And the last thing to note is here, that little sentence here that says, I don't know if you people can see it. It says a new objective will be live every 2 weeks until we've gone through all the Bloodhunt clans, which if you know how to do your math, after this one, we'll have 3 other ones. And you can guess a little bit which ones of the 3 are going to be there. So got one choice in 3 of what's going to be the next one after August 11th. So that's what we got. Okay. Also, as noted, if people don't already know, it's already posted and you can see some people in the chat doing it. We have the Techno Demon challenge on this Twitch channel, which basically it's there to be just a little community activity, to just watch my streams and to dump some channel points inside of this little challenge. It was an option in Twitch. I was testing it out. You can make some community challenges, so I just like, okay, I've got 2 Techno Demon mask codes. I was looking for something creative to give them out. So what we're doing right now is you watch my streams, you collect channel points. It doesn't need to be just Bloodhunt. It's just like, watch my stream. I'm playing all sorts of different games these days on top of Bloodhunt. And you get some channel points, and at the bottom of the chat, where you can click on the channel points things, there's now a couple of challenges on my stream. And right now, as of writing, the Techno Demon giveaway is about 38% unlocked. I've changed it a few times, the number of points, because everyone's going like it was too much. But now I'm figuring it out. Points, like I can't control the rate, like how many maximum points you can give in a day. Unfortunately, I can't change that. I can't tweak that. It's all on Twitch's side. But there you go. You just give some points. At some point, the challenge will be unlocked. And then I'm going to give you the instructions on how are we going to proceed for the giveaway. And I'm going to be giving away 2 Techno Demon mask codes. I know. A lot of people have been asking for Techno Demon masks. I will talk with Tobias about maybe getting some more codes out there, because I know you guys want some. I'm not going to sell you some. No. But they're still very, very popular. People still want them. So anyways, that's still going on. I'm expecting that by the end of August, we're probably gonna have that challenge unlocked like in no time, probably in like the next 2 weeks, depending on if I'm streaming correctly or not. Anyways, so we've got that. Another thing that's happening, and I don't know exactly how to say this because I didn't necessarily prepare anything for it. Just know that we had a PS5 tournament, competitive tournament that was organized by Sour. And the first one didn't work out correctly. There was a take 2 that happened on July 13th. That one happened, went very well. We got some winners. Everything's hunky-dory. But there's some bunch of rumors that there's people that are unhappy and all of this. Now I know that some people in Shark Mob are involved in all of this. So everyone's waiting for their prizes to be distributed. So if anyone is still asking some questions about it, the only thing that I can tell you is what Sour's already told you about this is we gotta wait for everyone from Shark Mob to actually come back from vacation. I know Tobias is gonna be like the far end of August that he's gonna be coming back. We don't know when Maya's officially coming back. We don't know whoever is going to be distributing the points, so there's no point in DMing either of them. They're on vacation. Leave them alone. So all of this is going to be sorted out, and maybe we're going to have the final word on the affair. Probably once we're going to get, like, all of this is going to be settled, then maybe Sour is going to be organizing some more events. We're going to see if it's just going to be events or if it's going to be competitive events or whatever. He said that through all this, he had some interest into organizing some more events still. So we're going to see where we're going to feel probably at the end of August or beginning of September, how we're going to be all feeling about this. And then we're going to get some news. I know because a bunch of people have been asking me what's been happening with the PS5 tournament. When are people getting their prizes? Basically, it's just be patient. Probably you're not getting anything this month. You have to wait until everyone comes back from their mandatory vacations in Sweden. There's nothing that we can do about that. Same thing as last year. Same thing as the year before. Yeah, nothing can be done about that. Please don't DM the people at Shark Mob. I don't want to get messages from my work when I'm on vacation. Respect that, please. Okay? We're gonna figure it out. In terms of me, I don't know exactly when I'm gonna get back into the tournament feel and vibe and all of this. Like, it's been a week since I've been back at work, and I'm adjusting things. I want to adjust things. I want to make sure that that I'm still able to handle work and be able to do all of this streaming stuff and be able to, like, do things for the Bloodhunt community. But I need to feel things out again just a little bit just before I, just to make sure that I'm not burning myself out at work. And I'm also not neglecting Bloodhunt, but I'm also not burning myself up with Bloodhunt and all the things inside the community and all of that. So I still gotta wait a little bit before I announce that I'm organizing something or not. But like I said, I've got some people have seen on my streams. I've got some plans. I've got a bunch of ideas. I've got a bunch of events that I want to do for the community. Again, doesn't need to be only me that does that, or Far or Sour. There can be some other people. I know some people have been asking about how to do tournaments. I know that some people have been asking me about how about I make some event templates that I share with everyone. It's like, here's a checklist of what we think you need to do in order to do events. That's another thing that I think I want to spend a little time to do on that. So I can give you already, like, I don't know how you call it, the service key in hand, basically. Just like, follow this and then you're going to have an event. Follow the instructions and all that. I don't know how some people are going to feel about that, but, I'm going to see if that gets people motivated. But yeah, in terms of me, just wait for me a little bit. I need to figure things out. That's what we got. If you want to know, however, whenever there's going to be an event for the community or stuff like that, remember to join the Bloodhunt Discord. There is a community events channel inside of the Bloodhunt Discord. That is where everything, all the events from the community are going to be posted there. So that's where a lot of the things are going to be happening for Bloodhunt. If there's anything that happens with Bloodhunt, it's going to be in the community events, because it's events that are organized by people inside of the community. So people need to step up. Then we can get some fun events happening. You can get some more prizes out there. For me, myself, I just noticed while giving away some prizes this morning that it's been 3 months since I gave away some things. So it's time that I start the machine again, get some codes out there, because right now I've got some codes sitting in an Excel sheet, and it's time to start to get them out there. I don't want to make them wait for too long in there. Anyways, so getting into like related to Bloodhunt or updates from Discord, while we're talking about Tobias, I've already reported or already said that or at least Tobias said that he was going to be at Gamescom towards the end of August. And he already said that if ever you go there and find him, he might have some Bloodhunt socks to give you. That is something that they had, like big boxes of Bloodhunt socks. If you don't know about anything about the Bloodhunt socks, they are the shit. Extremely comfy socks. Some people exchange them for favors, stuff like that. Apparently, I've heard. But yeah, someone on Epic was asking like, where's he going to be? So we know that he's probably going to be at the Level Infinite booth. Level Infinite, which is a publisher that works with Shark Mob. So whenever there's going to be like some big promos about Exoborne, a lot of them will also be spread out because of Level Infinite and all of that. So probably going to be there. He said like mostly probably there. So if ever you are in Europe and you're going to Gamescom, another little tip, if ever you want to get your eyes on Tobias, maybe have a little chat with him so we can repeat things that he's already said in the Discord that you've never watched because you don't watch Khalior streams about news. Anyways. Another little thing that Tobias has said inside of the Bloodhunt Discord, and it's me being a little petty that I want to point that out. It's because I get in arguments with people about this, but Tobias wrote that literally to someone inside the chat, so I want to point it out to people again. Does this game have SBMM, skill-based matchmaking? Some people tell me, no, Khalior, you know nothing. Tobias says right here, it has newbie mode, meaning your first matches and solos are versus bots only, aka cultists. Then your ELO, your player rating, is calculated based on your performance. Based on your performance here means number of kills. Everyone who is below average faces other who are just below average, whereas everyone else fights one another. So the short answer is yes. So basically, what he said there, and I'll keep repeating like what I've been saying all this time, is that there are 3 buckets. Got the buckets for newbies. Once the newbies are done, they're put in with the rest of the people. And there's 2 buckets. There's the average and under, and then there's over the average. I understand that some people say that while that's good to know and while that's in the game, that doesn't match their reality. Well, it's different if you're playing off peak times and during peak times of the game. That makes a difference because it depends of the player pool that plays the game at the same time. During peak times, you're gonna have a whole bunch of players to take from, and then you're gonna be able to separate a little bit more. But once you only have just a few people that are queuing at the same exact time as you inside of your region, then it's going to be limited in the amount of players that it can just put inside a match. So in that case, that's the case where people go like, there's no SBMM, I'm playing against like super cracked people, I'm not at that level and all of that. I mean, it depends. It doesn't mean that because you have those experiences that there is no skill-based matchmaking in this game. There is. It's just you need to have the proper variables to actually make it really work. It's not that it doesn't work, is that sometimes you don't feed it the right kind of the right amount of players at the right, you know, geography at the same time to actually get the results that you're looking for. Anyways, so that was me being a little petty, just going like, yes guys, there is. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. There you go. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna take a swig of water for this because there's gonna be a lot of reading. Delicious blood orange. Oh yeah, first up, Exoborne news. You're gonna say like, what? There's Exoborne news? Yes, I'm keeping an eye a little bit on Exoborne. I'm just gonna say this very quickly. The people who participated in the playtest that happened not too long ago have been given, I've received different sorts of emails to tell them, thank you for taking part in the closed playtest, completing our challenge. There are some gifts. There are 3 gifts that will be available to you in Exoborne once it launches. Now, there is the avatar here that is for participating, whether they actually played the game or not. And then there's the 2 other things. So you see there's the background. I've told there's also a title that they get if you had to do certain things inside of the playtest to be awarded those 2 things. There's nothing more that I can say about this because everything is under NDA. But there you go. It's just to say that there is still something happening with Exoborne. Now, we know that it is very likely that a European-based playtest might happen in the future, but right now, nothing is confirmed. Sharkmob has been taking in everyone's feedback from this closed playtest, then went back in the kitchen. They're cooking. They're cooking, they're cooking, they're cooking. Let the chefs take care of the cooking. Remember that when you're in a playtest period, you have no obligations towards a player base or a community to deliver anything timely. It's not an alpha, it's not a beta, it's not an early access. Right now, they can take the time. They got the feedback, so now they can take apart some of the game's core mechanics if they want and completely rework them if they think that with the feedback that they got it's necessary. When you're in alpha, when you're in beta, when you're in early access, sometimes changing the core mechanics of the game is going to slow down the whole process, and sometimes it's generally not recommended. Especially when you're in the beta phase. In the beta phase, it means that the core, you mostly got everything figured out. There are no public dates right now about anything about this game, so right now we're just sitting, waiting for them to let us know if anything is going to happen. However, most of Sharkmob will be back in the office on the last week of August or sometime. They'll be coming back in at the office in August. There's like I said, there's Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. As far as I know, they're not there to present anything. So I guess for the people who said that they were going to be there, it's going to be more of a networking event than anything. Or meeting people in the industry, journalists, some stuff like that. But we might be hearing news from them, I would say the beginning of September, about at least to let us know what's the next thing to look forward to in relation to Exoborne. It would be reasonable to assume something like that. Like I said, nothing confirmed, nothing official, just letting you know because we want to keep an eye on what's happening with Exoborne, because maybe it means something for Bloodhunt. I don't know. So anyways, for Exoborne, basically, we wait. Sorry, that didn't lead to a lot of things, but Now, there are a couple of things that I want to point out that relate in one way or another about Bloodhunt. The first one... wait, that's my tweet. That's my tweet. This is the article right here. If you click on the picture there, it leads to the article, but here is the article by itself. It is an article by Games Radar that's interviewing the community lead for Palworld, who says basically, who cares if there's only 5 people playing? Palworld community lead said you should just play the games you like without worrying about dead games. Now, if you've been in the community for Bloodhunt, you know since early access, there's always, every week or every 2 weeks or so, there's always a smart ass that comes in streams, that comes on the Discord, or whatever, comes in and goes, dead game, got him. And I hate that. I hate that. If you saw my take, it's just, I think it's completely brain dead, but that's my opinion. We're here to talk about the news. I want to focus on what he's saying here. So I'm just going to read what's in there because, like, I don't think there's anything extra here that is saying that is not necessarily to say. So I'm just going to say, Palworld's, let's make this bigger so everyone can read, right? Okay. Palworld's community lead says people should focus more on playing the games they like and spend less time worrying about dead games. Palworld itself is no stranger to what some call a dead game. Around launch, it held Steam's second highest active player peak of over 2 million players before settling these days at around 30,000 concurrent players on average. It's less than it was, sure, but it's still pretty healthy. For community lead John Buckley, that's just fine. In an interview, he says everyone should just play the games you like without worrying about a title's longevity. If you finish in a day, cool. Bucky doesn't think it really serves anyone to push gamers to just play the same game day in, day out. While there are some games designed to be long-term titles like MMOs, most aren't, and that's okay. A lot more people are trying to push gamers to play games that aren't really designed to be played for months on end. That is very interesting that he says that, because some people don't necessarily notice that, and I think that should be like yelled out a little bit more. Going on to describe how this push against dead games can be harmful. I don't think you need to be pushing yourself to play the same game all the time. It's not healthy for developers. It's not healthy for gamers. It's not healthy for gaming media. It is just not healthy for our industry. I remember in a BlizzCon, I think it was 2012, 2013, something like that, where a Blizzard developer said on stage during a Q&A, when you're done with the content of the patch, the story content of the patch that we did, like, and you don't have anything to do, it's okay for you to play other games. And the audience was shocked that he said that. He said, we play other games. We play games that are not Blizzard games. And we play, if you follow our own Twitters, we play other games. We tell about our experience about playing other games. And people were like, it blew the minds of probably not everyone inside like at the crowd, but certainly a bunch of people, because some guys think that when you're playing some games, or you're playing some games from a specific studio or specific company or specific console, it means that there's lines that are drawn. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to play outside these boundaries. A dev for PlayStation is not allowed to play an Xbox game, or to say I've played an Xbox game and there are some things that are doing better than me than we're doing on our end. pearl clutching, my god, you know, it's not that. That's not how realistically it works. Gamers have built up their own imaginary lines. The console wars thing, it already is like such a big deal inside of gamers' mentality. It is incredibly unhealthy, and even though some people have been, you know, watching announcements from different like console companies and all that, and sometimes it just, you know, they're going like, oh well, if people are doing like the consoles wars, might as well just have like poke a little fun at it, and they're going like, they responded, this game is destroyed. And you remember like the whole E3, like who won E3 whenever this event would happen, like Sony won E3, no, Microsoft won E3. Like, this is absolutely bonkers, ridiculous. It's the kind of mental buildings that gamers have inside their head, and I think it's the same thing here. It's okay to acknowledge that there's other games out there. It's not because like suddenly like you see the numbers going down for your game that it means that, oh, it means you need to play somewhere else because the numbers are going down. If you're still having fun, you can still play this game. I should be like, I'm preaching to the choir, I know here, because if you're watching this, it's because you like Bloodhunt, you know? So yeah, it's time to diversify. It's also what I'm doing on like with my channel. Like, okay, I'm running out of Bloodhunt content to give you, like in terms of news and keep you updated and keep you interested in all this. Well, at some point I just got to realize that, you know, there's not going to be that many things. It has to come from the community, what's happening inside of Bloodhunt. So if no one else in the community is stepping up, like I've been saying for over a year and a half, then what we got is what we got. I gotta, you know, spend some time on something else. It's good to be playing other games once in a while. I've been loving playing other games and being able to feature them on my stream. Not super popular. It's not everyone that's gonna, you know, it's not gonna be like every game's gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but that's okay. That's fine. As long as you try out, you go out of your boundaries, you play other games. But, you know, the whole thing of just like, I'm just gonna leave a game entirely because it's a dead game just for that reason alone, no, that's brain dead. That's stupid. Let's continue what he says. The community manager then points to the rise of live game services as an example of how looking at dead or dying games negatively can backfire. The more we push this kind of narrative, the more very large companies are going to say, gamers want more live service, and we're just going to get more of these really soulless live service games that come out and then get shut down because they're not making enough money. We all lose in that case. And you know which games he's talking about. We've had, over the last 2 years, we've had a myriad of examples of games that were live service games then get shut down because suddenly they're not popular anymore, and people leave the game just because it's not popular, not because they don't want to play it. As Bucky concludes, players should just enjoy games regardless of whether or not they're considered dead or will be one day. Who cares if there's only 5 people playing? I can agree with this sentiment myself. There's only one player that matters at the moment when you're playing a game, and that's you. As long as you just enjoy yourself in the process, of course. Author Anna Krolsky. Yeah. As long as you enjoy yourself. When the game isn't enjoyable anymore, then yeah, of course. Go somewhere else. This isn't a job. You know, you're not tied. You didn't make a blood oath to keep playing this game because it is your game. Gamers need to remove themselves from the game is my identity. And I'm saying this also, like, specifically, I know this because, like, specifically as a streamer or content creator, where my identity as a streamer and content creator has been Bloodhunt. You know, I've made it that way. Some guys will continue out of spite, You know, there's just because it's the community I've been looking at, the communities I've been looking at, like there's a bunch of WoW content creators that have burned themselves out completely when they didn't realize that at some different points in time, World of Warcraft wasn't for them, or they should have just cut back on the World of Warcraft content and go look somewhere else. But because World of Warcraft was their identity, they continue to work despite themselves being completely burned out on the content. Same example, Destiny 2, which right now Destiny 2, wow, content creators and streamers of Destiny 2 are going through been going through a rough 2 years, despite the final shape being amazing. It was really so good. Anyways, so it's just a lot of, and I'm tying this also to people that tell me like I have to play Call of Duty, I have to play Overwatch 2, I have to play Apex Legends, and all of these three, it's because, or Valorant, because a new season came out. I want the rewards. I need to grind. Needing to grind is such an anti-game. Remember, games are supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy yourself. You're not supposed to make it another work, you know? This is where being a good content creator trumps what game you're playing. Yeah. That's what I hope that I'm able to do at some point. I know a lot of the people inside the Bloodhunt community are not super open-minded. They're not necessarily willing to like take the leap of like following someone that's not playing like the game that they want. Like there's so many streamers that specialize in, or like YouTubers that specialize themselves on the one game. If you want to know information about this one game, you go to this person. This person's like it's their guy, it's their girl, or whatever. But you need to be able to realize that at some point it is mentally unhealthy for you. But so does the trend of calling games dead games. To me, that's brain dead thought. That's the gaming world that has taught you to call games dead games. And like I've said plenty of times on streams, whenever there's gonna be like a person that's just like, dead game, Bloodhunt, gotcha, whatever, get the fuck out of here, turn off the servers, I got them. It's, some people have been calling like, you know, top 50 most played or games on Steam. Like there's always going to be some people, like even if it's the most popular game right now, there's a bunch of people that are going to be like dead game. And meanwhile, I'd like to tell them like there are some developers that would love to have those dead game numbers for their game right now. I was looking at what is it, Vampire Therapist the other day. The numbers of people who are streaming, I am befuddled by that there's not more people that are streaming this game. I was befuddled a few weeks ago that there were not more people like going crazy around Angerfoot. It's such a good game. Okay, a few weeks later, I actually looked yesterday, suddenly there's a whole explosion of YouTube videos about Angerfoot because so many word of mouth have been spreading, and suddenly people are seeing it as a decent game, and just like, okay, good, you know? Sure, you're Bloodhunt News, but I've really enjoyed what you play the games because you're a good host. I hope I am. I hope I'm tailoring myself over the great Sean Day 9 plot. If you know Day 9, he is my objective that I'm trying to reach. To be at least entertaining, informative, be a goofball at the same time. I'm not as charming or as charismatic as he is, because he's been doing that for freaking forever. And he's also crazy smart, so I can't be like him. But at least I try to make it interesting. But that is one of the articles. There is another article, and this is what I've been talking about if there's some people that are asleep in the chat, this is the thing that will perk some people's ears. How we might be able to keep Bloodhunt going on in the future. And I'm saying this, yes, a little bit clickbaitingly, but I think that it's an article that I saw yesterday. I've heard about it before, but now there's an article from PC Gamer about it, and we're going to read it. I don't know all the implications about this, but we're going to go look at this because it might have consequences. So it's PC Gamer saying, if 1 million people sign a petition, a ban on rendering multiplayer games unplayable has a chance to become law in Europe. So let's go through this. I'm going to read the whole article because I've tried to separate it, but I thought having the whole context is worth it. So, one of the most common reasons a game becomes unplayable is because it can't be played online and its servers has been shut down by publishers. In 2003 alone, we saw nearly a dozen games like Battlefield, Call of Duty Warzone, Knockout City, Spellbreak, Gundam Evolution, and more meet the same grim fate as the lights went off for good. These are two tragedies when games go dark. First off, the work of all those programmers, artists, writers, animators, modelers, and everyone else who labored on a game, maybe for years, is gone forever. That is tragic. Killing a game is also anti-consumer because, you know, people bought that game, even though there is an argument against you didn't buy the game. For a lot of them, you didn't buy the game. You bought a license to give you the right to play that game. You're owner of a temporary license. The temporary owner of a license, as long as you continue to pay for it. If the service is off, you can no longer have the. Anyways, that's legal. We're gonna see. They paid for a product the same way you'd buy a book, a movie, or a song, and they should be able to use that product for as long as they like. Troublingly, there's no legal recourse when a game you paid for gets shut down. But there are people trying to get laws passed to protect both the games and the people who buy them. For a more enjoyable explanation of the effort from everyone below, please look at the video below. Okay, so he's talking. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's the petition. It's not what I was trying to click for. There we go. So, I'm just gonna skip this. One way to combat the killing of games is to propose a new law, an effort that is currently underway in the European Union. The process is called the European Citizens Initiative, and if it's signed by 1 million citizens in the European Union, it has a chance to become an actual law. If passed, the law would require publishers that sell or license video games to consumers in the European Union, or related features and assets sold for video games they operate, to leave said video games in a functionable, playable state, even in the event that the servers are shut down or the studio closes. An increasing number of publishers are selling video games that are required to connect through the internet to the game's publisher or phone home to function. The petition reads, while this is not a problem in itself when support ends for these types of games, very often publishers simply sever the connection necessary for the game to function, proceed to destroy all working copies of the game, and implement extensive measures to prevent the consumer from repairing the game in any way. Understanding that developers and publishers can't support games forever because it's tied to money, right? The initiative would expect the publisher to provide resources for the said video game once they discontinue it, while leaving it in a reasonably functionable, playable state. That means giving players the tools to host the game on their own servers, for example, and removing the requirement for games to connect to the publisher's defunct servers in order to be played. This is what the developer behind Knockout City did when they pulled the plug on the game's official servers. Not only does this initiative apply to games that are sold, but includes free-to-play games that have microtransactions for assets like skins or other paid for features. It covers everything that you should be paying, that you are paying for. The thought is, if you purchase an item in a free game, you should have the right to continue to use it indefinitely, which means keeping that free game playable in some form. It's important to note that even 1 million signatures does not mean an automatic win, that it'll go forward to the European Union as a proposal to become a law. 1 million signatures is a pretty tall order, though as far as I can tell, the initiative has been signed by about 45,000 people after a single day online, which is a great start. The initiative will also remain open for a full year, so there's plenty of time to acquire the rest of the signatures. So, the full initiative is here. There's also ways to get contacted about all of this. The petition is... Let me just say I'm in France. Is there a way for me to see how many signatures? I wanted to do it like live. There we go. Right now, we're at 108,650 signatures. We are at 10%. And it ends on July next year. And this is the European Union. If ever you don't know what the European Union is, or if your country is a part of the European Union, I imagine that you would probably know. But here are all the people. Sorry, all the countries. There we go. And there's a certain limit threshold per countries. And that's going to be like shown through here. So, yes, so that is the idea behind all of this, is that, yeah, it's to keep games alive and still playable, because also we all know that ripping games is an issue. I know that there's, if you don't know, there's multiple games that have fan attempts at reconnecting all the bits and parts of defunct games together to make themselves a public server to be able to reignite the games. And a lot of people have been spending a lot of time and a lot of hours to make that happen, only to be immediately, the moment that it goes live and it's functional and the word starts to spread, immediately there's a cease and desist letter that comes in where they are required to shut down all of their efforts. And that's very soul-crushing, both from the people who are making that effort and both from all the players that really wanted these games to be back online. And there is a growing number of games that are like that. So, one example that has recently been come out that has done this, and some people are going to be sick that I'm talking about that, but it's Redfall. I've mentioned this before, but Redfall, in the latest huge patch that they made after they announced that they were going to stop supporting the game and all of this, they've added an offline mode. They've added single player pausing. They've added a bunch of there were other things and systems that they had been working on for the future, but now they've made it so that even if you paid the game and you want to play it, you want to try it, even with all those improvements, the game is not dead and gone forever, because you can play the game in offline mode. I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but apparently, like, there's ways to play in co-op. I don't know if this offline mode allows you to make LAN sessions and all of this, but I certainly have noticed that certain games suddenly have recently been coming up with a LAN option, so as to be able to still be able to host your own games for themselves or something like that. Anyways, I thought that, in the spirit of people who are like a little bit worried about online service games, and there's been quite a lot, and I've been hearing a lot of the people, and especially some people's in the Bloodhunt community, about like online service games. Is that going to be the fate of Bloodhunt? First of all, I don't think that's going to be the fate of Bloodhunt that much, especially if Exoborne is going to be a success, which, let's just say right now, signs point to yes, in my opinion. Like I said, there's reasons. There's other reasons I think that I'm figuring out about, like, why Sharkmom has decided to keep Bloodhunt open and alive for the longest time. But I think that we are going in the same direction here, and it's sort of kind of like bring a little hope. If ever at some point we would reach the threshold of Bloodhunt community being so low that possibly the option of unplugging the servers would be something that becomes more and more a reality, well, there might be a safe net, basically, that this initiative is starting to put out there. And also, imagine being able to host your own Bloodhunt events, or, you know, have the functions like, you know, like it says here, the tools to host the game on their own servers. How about I make my own server for Bloodhunt? And all of that stuff, or whatever. So I just thought it also, because this is fresh. This was published 2 days ago. I've seen already some buzz of people talking about this. There might be something about this. So if ever you're in Europe, I'm just gonna say, here's the link again to this article, if ever that interests you. So yeah. So we are at the point. Sorry, this has been very long and very drawn out. I'm sorry. This, you know how it is. You've been on my streams. You know what happens. You know. So we are at the point where I'll tell you what's happening. What are we looking forward to with Bloodhunt? Well, first of all, as always, community vote. Make sure you vote inside of Bloodhunt for the community vote. Remember, FUNament next Saturday. Choose wisely. Vote for boots. Don't vote for hand. It's gonna, if you vote, I'm just gonna say, like, here's my argument. Hand of Glory makes games longer. For the FUNament, we want fast matches, a lot of fast matches. So maybe don't vote for the hand. The boots seem to be like a really good option. Just saying, just putting it out there. Anyways, so yeah, FUNament next Saturday, August 10th. If you have any questions, contact FAR, contact myself, write something on the Bloodhunt Discord or the SBS Discord. If ever you're in there, write in my Discord. Happy to help you, like, go through all the details of how to sign up, how to do all these things. Remember, if you are a streamer, if you're planning to stream, make sure you sign up in advance. All the other people you can just join in whenever you feel like it. It can be just at the end after you play those two hours of matches with us. If you're not going to be a part of the event, remember to watch the event. Be there with us. Give us some views. Give us some stats. We like it when the community comes together. And And like I said, there's no news about any other tournament or competitive event coming in the future. We know there's the Trios event that is going to be happening in September, but we're going to all be reminded of what that entails once we get closer to September. So yeah, that's it. Spread the word for these events. Sign up, participate. Again, this is all driven by the community. Yeah, just keep supporting Bloodhunt. I'm going to start getting back in it. You know, I've got my little events that are happening right now. You know, we've got the Striking Summer Slams that ends next Sunday, so the day after the FUNament. That's when it's going to end. The next one is going to start on Monday or Tuesday, the week after. That's what happens. So, yeah, there you go. Join in, participate, watch the streams, just lurk or whatever. If you need your drops, join. Don't join the 24/7 farming streams. Join the other streams with real people. Chat a little bit. Help. Let's keep the community alive. I know right now it's summer. Bunch of people on vacation. They're touching sand. They're touching grass. I mean, I know that at my office, like, it's been pretty dead throughout all July, and I know looking at vacations from people is going to be pretty dead during August as well. Everyone's going to be back in the office, like, we're going to have full staff, everyone back in the office in September. So I'm expecting it's probably going to be the same thing for all the online games as well, right? So there you go. If you want to help out, raise a hand, send a DM. It's okay. So everyone, remember, I'm posting things on my YouTube. If you want to give me a follow on Twitch, the channel keeps on growing. I appreciate everyone for joining up. Remember, when I stream Bloodhunt, you always get the special drops. I always make sure I got the special drops. And I also do code giveaways. I'm going to get back into that, such as the people that are in the stream right now. Be sure you stick around after I'm done recording. I will be giving away a purple paint code for PC players only. And that's it for us here. Remember to be kind to each other and to yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.